Solo Leveling, Season 2, Episode 5, Arise from the Shadows. We have arisen a new woman fighting for Jinwoo's attention, a new threat, and someone who's actually able to perceive Jinwoo's stealth ability. All that more after this. All right, guys, Brent, back with variants, cover all things Marvel, DC, Lord of the Rings, anime, gaming, Star Wars, and more. And as with me, as always, the man, the myth, the Marvel, the guy who held down the fort while I was over in the country of the rising sun, Parker. Thank you so much for that. But here's what people want to talk about. This episode of Solo Leveling, give the information to the people.
I mean, this episode was pretty solid. All right, we got Jinwoo already kind of going in the dungeon, checking stuff out, and we see Cha confront him like, "Why are you here? Like, what are you doing?" Apparently, it's a normal routine for her to patrol while everybody's on break, just to make sure that the monsters haven't escaped or got out while the mining crews are doing what they need to do. Because again, once you defeat the final boss, dungeon closes. So she want to make sure everything's good. With that being said, she noticed something about Jinwoo was off. Like, first off, he was holding a weapon, and all of a sudden he wasn't. He was able to put his stuff away very quickly. And two, he had a different smell than everyone else, which definitely tipped her off because she's very sensitive nose, which is one of the reasons why she always holds a rag over her nose. Apparently, everyone else has some kind of smell that she is just not, she doesn't care for, she doesn't like, or she just is overpowering. Like, she just doesn't want to smell it. But when it comes to hunters, she's better. Like, they have a different smell, aura, air about them that just makes sense for her, and she's cool with. But with Jinwoo specifically, he smells really nice, which lets you know there's there's a little
Jinwoo's about to
attraction
chop
going
chop
on
real
there.
smooth.
You
We'll
know,
just call that what it
something's
is.
happening. So she's locking on to him so with that, and she's trying to call and get information because she wants to know what's up with him. Why is he different? And she finds out that his file is on lock. She cannot access his file at all, and she doesn't know why. So again, her curiosity is going to plague her, and Jinwoo gets invited to another raid because they're able to do like a double raid on two dungeons at the same time. This particular crew, an A rank and a C rank, and this A rank dungeon. Hey, he's gonna need more people. He's even gonna get paid double. He's like, yeah, my reassessment isn't till the day after tomorrow, so I guess I could go through and get some more money, even though I've already got enough for what I was trying to do. So he's like, he's gonna tag along. And with that being said, as he tags along and goes to work, and everybody's happy to have him, he ends up meeting the character that you are enamored with, Sun Ki-hoon, the captain of this particular raid. So you want you go ahead and talk about him.
Yeah, and I gotta say, this series has continued to just be soaring high above expectations, and my expectations were high after seeing one. So this is a fantastic series for you to recommend to anyone. But the reason I'm enamored with Captain Sun Ki-hoon is for one reason, and one reason in particular. He radiates main character energy. I don't I don't know how else to quantify it, but he just has main character energy. And I know Jinwoo has this aura, he has the smell. Heck, one girl just smelled him and she can't stop thinking about him late at night. And the fact he's mysterious, all I got to do, gents, smell nice, be a little mysterious, and then be Jinwoo. The third one's going to be kind of questionable. But at the same time, Sun Ki-hoon, he's kind, he's reasonable, and he's willing to do what's best for the team. If this isn't main character energy, I don't know what is. Because all we've seen from A ranks and above throughout our entire time in this series, they are garbage human beings. There's very, very rare instances where you get even one person who's even remotely decent. So the fact that now we have Cha, who seems to be, for all intents and purposes, a regular person. She's a little bit snobbish in the fact that she's, got an upturned nose at everybody, but at the same time, she has her reasons. And now the fact that we have Captain Sun Ki-hoon, who's literally like doing what's best for his team because they go into this dungeon, they're pushing through, and quickly, like the minute he draws his sword, whole squad ready. If that's not a sign of a good captain, I don't know what is. They literally saw his lead and followed silently. Even Jinwoo was like, this is different. This is not what I'm used to. Normally, in these situations, things kind of change. And they get attacked by a bunch of jackals, which shouldn't have been there because they were in an A rank dungeon. Jackals are mostly for C rank dungeons. So the fact that the jackals were there kind of threw everybody off. But of course, Jinwoo, alertly after the battle is over, takes a look and says, "Oh, those are collars. Why? Why is that there?" And then Ki Hoon is very quick with it. And he's like, "Look, that likely means they're pets of something else." And then next thing you know, we have this high orc. I want to say just squad, just kind of like taking a quick look see, and their problem for everybody because we have a lot of A ranks, we have a lot of B ranks. This is the highest ranked squad Jinwoo has been hanging with ever, and they are holding their own. They're working as a team. They're working as a collective unit. They're doing everything that they need to do to hold down that front line and the back line. And these high orcs ain't dumb at all. They literally went to fight and then jumped directly to the back line. And if you've ever been in any kind of military situation, usually your back line, usually your support people, your healers. If you ever played any, video games of any sort, you usually keep your healers and support squad in the back. So the minute you hop right on over to your people who aren't, acclimated to combat, usually they can start pecking people off. And then next thing you know, when your strong people go down, it's just a clean wipe because you can't heal nobody. Everyone's gone. You start hearing out of mana. Everyone's panicking. It's a whole insane situation. But because this squad is so well versed, they make it through high difficulty, low casualties, thanks to the fact that Jinwoo is literally going into stealth mode. But here's the thing: our man gets busted by that one mage. How in the world do you even think that's possible? Do you want to like at least speculate on the people before I take this way too much?
So with this, we said like again, the team was set up and the team was ready to go, which lets you know they got some abilities. But I wasn't too much a fan of the team making because everybody was high attackers except for one healer. It seems like everybody was mainly there for again offensive magic, not too much support outside of the healer. Like the one girl who again did noticing, Lee Bora, she was able to do some restraining with that, but everybody was kind of on par with what they needed to do. Even when the healer, after she healed the guy who lost his arm in that conflict, even when she was about to get taken out by the orc, she just kind of sit there and she kind of accepted fate. Like she knew she was done and just kind of accepted it. And then Jinwoo came and handled that real quick and kept moving. That's where Libora noticed something was going on. So I don't know what her magical acuity is as far as her detection rate for magic, but everyone was able to notice certain things with the gates and other energy in there. But she was the only one that picked up on him being more than what he is. And she said, "Okay, I'm gonna let you keep that under wraps for now. I'm gonna keep it to myself." So I don't know if she has an ulterior motive, if she's gonna use that against him, if she's gonna just keep it to her advantage and just try to find out what's going on because she's inquisitive. I don't know. But her magical acuity, being able to notice him, kind of makes her stand out a little bit more from the rest of the pack. And this was the captain's first time being in command. So he, got a lot to work for. And it seems like the team understands him with their ability to get ready for combat and be able to defend themselves from all sides, which was great. I love that. But he was very clear about after they took out everybody, he's trying to figure out what's going on because he took a direct shot from that spear to his shield. It cracked his shield, but he took that and kept trucking. So that was actually fantastic to see. But as they got through and they got through and they saw that there was a gate there and the gate was magically locked and they turn around and there's an army of high orcs standing by getting ready to rock them. And while they were trying to break the barrier on the gate, the three mages who were trying to break the barrier, they all got wrecked real quick just from trying to open that gate. And that's when they find out that that entire army's behind them. They're ready to go. And one of them comes up who looks like he gets taken over for a second. Think Matrix type, the shift from the guys in the Matrix. But they're just like, hey, take over the body. I need you to come see me or meet your end. And it's kind of like, okay, what's this deal about? And this is what Cargagon, he's the one who's requesting them. So check the thumbnail. That's the one who's requesting, like, hey, you come to me or you all can die right here. That's it. And he makes the decision, yes, we'll come meet you. And the reason he's doing that is now you have to best team because the team they seem like they know what's up and they're not really doubting his capabilities of what he's going to do. But he says clearly, as soon as we see the boss and we get in range of it, we're going to attack. Why? Because our sole purpose is to close this dungeon. Nothing else. Like he plans on like we're going to be here. He's like Jinwoo, I need you to get out and let other team know what's going on in here because our plan is to get this gate closed one way or another. And the only way to close the gate is to take out the big boss. All the minions don't matter. Take out the big boss. So he's ready to kamikaze this thing and get the stuff done, which shows you okay, he's got that forefront thinking mission first. But what is this going to do? And is Lee Bora going to be able to help figure anything out or kind of let him know that, hey, you want to keep Jinwoo here? Is she going to be able to know something else about getting that gate open? Is she going to be able to know something that's going to help with the boss? I don't know. She seems like she's going to be one of the main players along with Ki-hoon for this next sequence. I don't know. Like I'm waiting to see, but this definitely sets up for some high stakes, and most likely Jinwoo is going to have to out himself to the team to make sure that they stay alive because he already stealthily did that and made sure to stay alive. But this doesn't look like it's going to be much of a stealth fight. Like he's going to have to arise all his minions to kind of get to work and start taking these guys out and go for the main boss. What do you think?
Because most definitely agree. Because there was 50 of them that greeted them, and then the minute they get into the innermost sanctum where Kargalgan is just hanging out, there's a couple hundred along each wall. It looks like he's got about 6 captains or generals or sergeants, whatever you want to call them, all attired in different garbs. So likely leads me to believe there's a bunch of different classes that they have for those 6 individual. And then Kargalgan is just sitting on the throne because of course he is. So Jinwoo is going to need to arise his whole army, blow his whole cover. Because the one thing he did notice was that this team was ready to stand together at the end. Because when Despair took over in the double dungeon back in season 1, this squad is the exact opposite. People were like, we're going to do this together. Ki-hoon literally pulled him together and was like, hey, we're going to attack. The minute that happens, flee, get out of here. We signed up for this. You didn't. Save yourself. We're going to go down in a blaze of glory, making one heroic last stand. You need to get out of Dodge. And even like the healers, like, here you go. Here's my will. Like, this squad is ready to do their last heroic stand. They are ready to do that thing, ready to defend at all costs. Kargalgan doesn't seem like he's going to be a slouch, though, because, I mean, the fact he has this many high orcs who can take on many A ranks leads me to believe he's at least an S rank boss. So Jinwoo is going to have to pull out all the stops in order to ensure team success, which has me standing on the edge of my seat for next week, as every single week with this show continues to do. I don't really have any final thoughts other than Ki-hoon, great guy, hopefully pulls through. But again, this show has shown that usually if you're a good individual, you might get ousted. And then the best case scenario I could see is Cha coming right on through that gate and being able to lend a helping hand. And so we can see what she's all about. Any final thoughts?
No, just what is Shaw up to? Because again, she came looking for him at the end, and she found out that he's inside the gate. So sure, she's gonna know what's going on. And I'm just looking at this as, and I don't know if this is how Jinwoo looks at everything, but this is my perspective. When he walks in and he gets a new enemy and stuff like that, I'm like, who can I add to my roster? Like, is one of them generals gonna be seen? Like, what's up? Because if you're running, necromancy type stuff, there's some options in there. So he may get him a little extra because again, he's got to stack up. He's got some big stuff coming. He's got to bolster his numbers real quick.
Oh, yeah. But for our main character and for us as people, be sure to hit the lovely red subscribe button. It's the golden logo in the bottom right corner or the red subscription box below. Remember, Jinwoo is going to be our main hero, but he may be cha-chaing real smooth in this next episode. We'll see you then.